Okay, let's do this. I am making good on my threat to do a tutorial of the little pocket the one-page pockets that I sold kits for on my Thursday Whatnot show, and we are going to do together on one of my what you do in Wednesdays. Hopefully everything should get to everyone who bought it soon, but if not, or if you can't make that show, you'll have this to refer back to. So that is always, nice to have options. And this way you can mute me, you can fast forward me, you can rewind me, you can do whatever you need me to do. And you don't have to worry about whether or not I am paying attention in the chat. It's not going to be exactly the same as what I'm going to make on Wednesday, but that's okay. I'm sure you guys can, we're all creative. We can figure out how to make do with what is in front of us. So if you didn't get one of my kits, just get a piece of 12 by 12 paper and some things that you would like to use that you think would go good with the paper that you can decorate it with. And you don't need a corner rounder, but if you have one and you like to round your corners, absolutely grab one of those. A circle punch for the little thumb notches, or if you have like the envelope punch, you can use the little V-shaped punch and make little V-shaped notches, or there's all sorts of little notch knockers that you can use. But absolutely use what you have. If all you have is a pair of scissors and a pencil, then that works too, and there's no shame in that. There's no wrong way to do this. And if anyone tells you there is a wrong way, you send me their information, and I will let them know how wrong they are. Obviously, I have ink supplies and inks because I'm an inkaholic. And then glue. You can use. I'm going to be using the Barely Art Precision Glue because that's what I have. And you can use whatever glue you need. Yes, dear, I'm recording a video, remember? Oh. Crafting with kids is an adventure. You want what, sweetheart?
I want to make something.
Okay, can we make something after I'm done?
Okay.
Thank you. I'll come get you when I'm done. I knew that was going to happen. We even talked about it before I came in here to sit down and do this. It wouldn't be a video if Augie did not make an appearance. All right, so let's get started. All right. There's a couple different ways you can fold it. I personally prefer the bigger one because yes, you get fewer pockets, but you get a bigger surface to work with. And with folding it this way, I made the mistake of I folded it in half and then I folded to the center line. And what I really should have done is fold to almost the center line, or if I folded to the center line, I should have trimmed more of the paper away, because now when you've got all this bulk in here, it's harder, it catches sometimes when you try to close it. And the same is true with this one. It can still kind of get catchy, but we make do. And we learn and we move on. All right, you can really use any size paper that you have on hand. I just liked the 9 by 12 for easy math when it came, especially to folding it into 3/3. Words are not my friend this morning. It was a bit of a late night last night. But always save your offcuts. You can use them either in this project or in another. Double-sided paper, a little lighter might have been better. This is a little heavier cardstock. Double-sided paper is nice because then when you fold it and you cut away pockets to create the inside pocket and the outside pocket, you can have something to look at other than white. I do a lot of inking, so I'm not too worried about it, and there's going to be stuff stuffed into the pockets. But use what you have and use what you like because it is your project. All right. Nope. I have a brain. All right. So to do the one, let me think. Do I want to do short 3? Excuse me. I think I do. I don't want to do the 4. All right. It does not have to be perfect, but try to get it as straight as possible. That way, you know, if you miss anything in the folds, you can always cut away, trim away the bits that show. Like I can already tell I'm going to have problems here. But, yep. I can fold paper, I swear. This is not my first day on the job. It's the camera, it makes me nervous. There we go. You can kind of fuss with it a little bit. You don't want to put too many folds because the paper does, and the thicker the paper, the more it's going to stress it when you fold it and crease it. So you don't want any cracking. Crack is whack, right? All right. I'm going to move these out of the way. All right. I'm going to bring this back over here instead of going and getting my scoreboard. So this is where you can decide if you want to do like the little one where I folded it like this. All you really have to do is you can open your paper back up, fold it in half, and then open it back up and then fold it again. And then you have your lines for where you're going to work. But because I'm extra and I do everything the difficult way, I'm going to make my life a little bit easier. And the first one, see, I want not quite 4 and 4. So instead of doing 4, 4, and 4, I want to do a little under 4, like an 1/8 under 4. Probably should have gone an 1/8 over 4, but we'll make it work. We can always add things to the edges, because what I'm trying to avoid is having, oh my goodness, that was loud. Too much contact between the flaps when they fold in. All right. Turn around, do the same thing on the other side. Or, you know, you could just eyeball it and fold it, and then eyeball and fold it again. Again, there's no wrong way. Although, if there is a wrong way, I will probably be the one to find it. So, maybe don't follow me strictly or too close, because then we'll both be lost, and no one wants to be lost. All right. Yeah. So you see how that is not going to come all the way into the crease of the next one. I could have made it a little different. You can either do yours in like 4, 4, and 4, or you can do better math than I did. You fold what you want to fold. This is your project that you are working on. And what I do is just, you know, it's like the Pirate's Code. It's really more a set of guidelines. It's than a code, really. All right, there we go. So So I probably will end up trimming that. Now I get to decide where I want to cut. If I want this to be, if I want to do here and here, or here and here. And I think I'm just gonna do both of these. So then I will have one here on the front, and then one, so. Changed my mind already, look at that. But you know what? I'm allowed to change my mind. That is my prerogative. So. You don't want to cut too far one way or too far the other way on the fold. Let me make sure I'm on camera. And again, you can do this with a ruler and a craft knife if that makes you feel better, that you get more precise and definitely straight measurements. How much you cut is entirely up to you. But cut down and then take it and fold down to give yourself a nice new guide. Sorry about the clangety clangety clackety clackety. We are gonna give you a nice new guide for where you're gonna cut to create a pocket, as Natasha from Treasure Books would say. And then this you can use elsewhere. You can find somewhere it blends into the pattern and sneak it in, or you can turn it around and use the other side. This is where the double-sided paper really looks nice. You're gonna trim it down so that it fits, but we have created our first pocket that will appear magically when we glue things. All right, so now I'm gonna do this side. So sorry. I know everyone loves hearing me cough. They keep telling me I need to go to the doctor for it. I'm like, it's just allergies and occasionally a cold that my spawn bring home with them from school or the playground or wherever they've been. It's just Florida. I'm allergic to Florida. Fold it down nice to get my crease so I have a nice guideline for cutting without having to use a ruler and a pencil. And then, now if you don't have glue that you think you can get a nice thin bead on, because you really don't want a whole lot of glue in the seams of your pockets, because the thicker the bead of glue, the more the glue encroaches into your pocket space. So if you have like, this is your pocket, but your bead of glue is like, say, this wide, because that's just, you know, what globbed out of your glue dispenser, it's gonna cut double that because you have it over here again out of the space for whatever width you can stuff things into your pocket. So keep that in mind when you are gluing. Whatever you're going to put into it is going to have to be able to fit. So if you don't have like the ultra fine nozzle, they do sell, I think the ones that I used to use were, they were actually for like the alcohol inks. They had the fine tip and they were pretty cheap. You can get them at, Dollar Tree, the 5-quarter store. Excuse me. And if you have the really thin double-sided tape. It doesn't hold as well over time as glue, but it does in a pinch, and if it's what you have, it's what you have. You just have to be careful with the double-sided tape. Again, that whatever you stuff into the pocket doesn't go too far into that seam, because with the sticky tape, it can kind of, if it goes too far into there, you know, get stuck in the sticky tape. And that's not fun for anybody. All right, I'm gonna clean up. No, those are good. Those are good. It was this little one that I was not very good. Oh no, I hear, see, the little one out there is coughing too. It's just life. It just is what it is. All right, and then before I go gluing anything, I'm going to ink. And because I am a creature of habit, I could have gone and gotten like Rustic Wilderness, or I think like the squeezed lime, or one of the lighter greens might be too much, but like the Rustic Wilderness would have looked good. I want something a little different than the green that's in the paper, so I'm going with brown, because vintage photo is like, it is like Frank's Red Hot Sauce. I put that shit on everything. Excuse my language, I probably shouldn't. If you've been in my whatnots, you know, like whatever I think comes out of my mouth, or, you know, I type what I'm thinking, which probably I should not do. I should get better, you know, change my filter, or, you know, install a filter, maybe, probably. But at least you know, I'm honest. But I will do better not to use the potty words. Don't come for me. But if you have to come for me, bring craft supplies and snacks. We can have a party. Okay, now here I am going to do a little snippy, a little snippety doodah, because that little bit of overhang is going to, one, it's going to drive me nuts, and two, it's going to catch on everything. There we go. And this one, same thing. I'm going to come back, and I didn't go far enough into the crease line, so I need to make a little bit of room for the paper to be able to fold in, just like that. And then I ink-a-dink-a-doo-dah. What was the song I sang in my one show? You know, if some paper comes along, you must ink it. If you cut something all wrong, just ink it. Ink it. Ink it good. Need to reload ink. I might need to re-ink this pad. It's been with me for a little while, and like I said, I put it on everything, so. She's probably a little tired. There we go. The grungier, the better, I say. Anyway. But if you don't like inking and grunging stuff up, don't do it on yours. I'm not gonna make you. No one's gonna show up and say, hey, you didn't ink your papers. I think, pretty sure. Anyway. I don't think anyone has come knocking on my door yet telling me, hey, you didn't ink the edges of that last project, so. And it's not because I ink the edges of all my projects. I forget things. I am only human. All right. So it's gonna be that and that. And I'm just gonna come in with my phone folder. And so I've been flipping and flopping. And there we go. There we go. Now I can put in thumb notches, which I should have done before I inked. If you don't want to put in thumb notches, don't put in thumb notches. I like to flip it upside down so I can see what I'm doing. Sometimes I like just a little notch. Sometimes I like a really big notch. I don't know which medium notch. There we go. Dropping my papers, dropping my papers. Here we go. And then when you are doing yours and you've done them a couple times, it comes together a lot faster because you're not talking to the room, the ghosts in the room. You're not explaining yourself to nobody. You're just doing, you're just crafting. You get in your zone. All right, I'm gonna glue it, and then I'm gonna end up probably coming in with the scissors, and so sorry about that loud bang. End up re-inking some of it because I forget a lot of things, I guess. All right, nice thin little beetle do. This is a pretty strong glue. For this side, I like to put both pockets, get a bead of glue. You want to go pretty quickly if you've got a glue that dries quickly. Precision is, you know what? Why did I do that? Why did I do that? You're like, I don't know, Natasha. Why did you do that? What is wrong with you, lady? Crazy lady. All right, there we go. Get them down, get them down. Squish them down, squish them down. You can make sound effects when you glue and ink and do all the things. I find it entertains me, and I don't know that it actually makes the ink stay or the glue stay or anything actually go better, but it's like when Bob Ross would paint, go, you know, just makes it more fun. Unless that's not your thing. Which is okay too. All right. That's not too bad. I'm just gonna, instead of slicing it, I'm just gonna inka-dinka-do it. We're just gonna inka-dinka-do it. Do the dang thing. Cool. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Put my pin in my glue before it globs up on me. Okay, and this is the fun part. This is when you get to start. You know, I probably could have cut a notch into this, but I didn't think about it, and I don't want to go back and do it now. So I'm not gonna. And nobody can make me. All right. Excuse me. So, I'm gonna take a little snippety dippity doo dah. You can use your slicer to get honest and true edges, or you can eyeball it and use your scissors, or you can use a ruler and tear it. You can do whatever you want to do and works for you. And if anybody tells you that you can't, well, tell them that you don't need their kind of negativity in your life and go on about your day.
Papa,
What, sweetheart?
what if it's so Papa?
Okay. Use some speckled egg on the white, because green and blue do go good together. And if I hate it, well, I can always just put brown over it. Or cover it, or chuck it, or save it for another project. I can do a lot of things. Makes sense is usually not one of them, but hopefully this is making sense. And hopefully everyone is having a good day in their craft room with their crafty supplies. This one. Ooh, I like that. I'm gonna do it side top pockety thingamajig. Because I can speak English today. Let's see. Sometimes it sounds like a helicopter. Yeah. The craft chopper is taking off. Don't mind me. Or do. I can't stop you. All right. Before I glue it down, before, do I want to put something back there? Maybe without something. With something. Excuse me. I think a little something. A little something, maybe. But can go. Let's see. It's not going to be precise, so I don't want these bits. This is from an old school primer from 1890, and I decided I was going to destroy it a couple years ago for my daughter's 5th grade language arts teacher, because I thought it was appropriate for the journal that I made her as the teacher gift for the end of the year that year. And this is going to get inkied gently. So old, so delicate. And my sponge is not juicy enough. Doesn't have enough juice. Alright. There we go. That's better. Alright. So yeah, I love the pages out of this book. There's some really great illustrations that are like the old wood carving prints. But it's not good for using as pages in signatures because it I just need a scrap sheet. That'll do. It is very, see, like if it was tissue, you would say it's friable. It just comes like right apart. It's crispy, it's crunchy. It does not hold up well to folding. And that's okay, because it doesn't have to. It did its job for a very long time. And then it found its way into my life after almost finding its way into someone's garbage bin. See, now I think I need to darken that up. So I'm just gonna hit the edges. You still get the little bit of blue. And then I'm gonna end up putting things on here anyway. So that'll help break up the fact that this is white as mayonnaise. Which is actually really not that white. Except at the picnics. Her. Don't mind me. Again, I have no filter between my brain and my mouth. So. Sometimes you just gotta roll with it. There we go. That looks nice. I think anyway, you might not, but that is none of my business. Yep. I think these look good with the blue and the brown. You might not even be hearing any of this. I might just decide that when I go to post this, I'm gonna edit it. I'm gonna fast forward and put music over top. I could learn how to do that. Maybe. I could be taught. Maybe. Potentially. All right. So, got that where I want it. Now I have this side where I can decide to either put another pocket or just decorate it or just leave it as it is. I have this where I can put more pockets or just decorate it or leave it as it is. And the same over here. And remember, because it was a 12 by 12, you remember this? Now this gets to come back out and play. But I am going to use my slicer. You can use whatever slicer you want. You can use a ruler and a craft knife. You can use scissors. You can use a guillotine. You can use a shredder. I don't know. Whatever's gonna get it to a size that you're happy with, you use that. All right, so I want, let's work from here. Now, if you have a coordinating paper, you can also use that. But again, like if you have the double-sided paper, it already coordinates. So all you have to do is decide if you want to like have it be matchy-matchy with just some inking to signify it. If you want to sew around it and like be super extra, like I sometimes do. Or if you want to use a different paper, or you can just grab something completely different out of your stash. The whole point is like this is supposed to be a good way to use up some of those patterned papers that you maybe necessarily don't know what you want to do with. And you can put these with journals, or you can send them separately. As happy mail. They give me their own little thing. And I think, no, I'm not gonna round the corners on this one because then it's gonna make the other one look weird. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that to them. I'm not gonna make them be pitted against each other. If it was a little more of like a whimsical field journal thingy majigger, maybe. But we're just gonna have some straight plain corners going on here. More uniform. They all fell in line. Unlike me, I never got the memo that it's not cool to be a rebel. Or is it? You want to show me something?
I went to a flag mail.
You, honey, what?
I did total flag mail, and I did
A flat world?
Yeah, I did living a creative flag mail.
Are you playing Minecraft?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And I living a day
So
to
sorry,
make
guys.
living a Friday Freddy play.
Oh, okay. Why are we making Five Nights at Freddy's things in Minecraft?
So I want Friday Freddy.
Okay. He loves it. Okay. Try not to hurt anybody. You little goofball. Yeah. Do I want a deep side pocket? Go better that way. Go better over here like that. Over here like that. I like it like that. I'm gluing it there. Alrighty, Roo. Super glue. Okay. There. Does not have to be precise. Not even a little bit. Excuse me. You know what would have been smart and I might still be able to do? Oh, what a waste. I want to knock things over again. Do I want, we'll make hay when the sun shines, or we'll make love when it rains? We'll make hay when the sun shines. We'll keep it PG. We're gonna keep it PG today. PG-13. Say, why don't you wake up and ooh, I like that one better. I like that one better. Oh my goodness, that was 2 sheets. Well then, I thought it felt a little thick. All right. There we go. Okay, there's Quiet Country Nights. Yeah, we'll go with that. I'm not even going to stress about the fact that I forgot to ink it. I'm just going to come in here really quick. And everything is fixable. Half of it's going to get hidden anyway, so I'm not going to stress myself out about it. It is okay. It is not as bad as that time that I spelled Imagine wrong in archival ink. Oh, good times, people, good times. You gotta be able to laugh at yourself, right? Everybody else is, so just laugh louder. That's not fair. Maybe not everybody else is laughing at you. They're definitely laughing at me. So it's just easier to get through the day convincing myself they're laughing with me. Try and match that up. There we go. See? And just that little bit. Look how nice that looks. At least in my mind, I think it looks nice. You might be like, why did you just waste all of that beautiful sheet music? Because I wanted to. Give yourself a shake up, mister. I think that's too much sheet music too close together, so I'll just do it over here. So do we want to say, why don't you wake up and live? Or what are you afraid of? Okay, sweetie. The glaring city lights. That's what I'm afraid of. The glaring city lights. Wake up and live. I'll find another way to use that. Okay. Look at me just saving little bits of... And if you save more bits than you end up using and you want to try your hand at making homemade paper, these would be great to add into your pulp. It's still a little big. All right. I think you guys kind of have the idea. And this video is getting to be a little long. So you don't need to watch me decorate the whole thing. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off here after I tear this bit because I started it and now I got to finish it. I can't not finish it. All right. That's going to go there with some book page behind it. And I will finish dressing this up. And if you join me on Wednesday in my What You Do on Wednesday over on my Whatnot, maybe you'll get a chance to see this in its finished form. Hopefully I will see you there. If you see this video after the Wednesday in which I go through with everyone and make these, well, I hope you have fun making your own using your papers and all your goodies that you have. And thank you for joining me. If you found any kind of entertainment or goodness, quality, benefit, whatever, what have you, in this little rambling of mine, please go ahead and subscribe. There will be more content to follow, hopefully without coughing and without interruptions. I look forward to seeing any comments, any questions, any requests for things that you would like to see me make with my own little personal spin on them in the comment section down below, or you can message me here or on Whatnot. And you guys go out, make something fun. Go make something beautiful. Take something that was going to go in the trash and make something beautiful out of it. The world's a dumpster fire, but it doesn't have to be ugly. You guys have a great day. I'll see you next time. Happy creating.